Morning YouTubers, here's an update on my tank. I've got a new coral. I've aquascaped it differently because of the flow, and I'm going to do you another clip after about what foods I use. So we'll do a zoom in on the tank. I think this is the best aquascape I've had. The tank's looking really good. So we'll start with the new coral that I've got. It's just under the turbinara. The red Ricardia mushrooms. To me they're more purple, but I'll do a zoom in so you can see them better. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 mushrooms on that rock. From a distance and no one knowing, it just looks like coralline algae on the rocks, but I know they're there now, so yeah, it's just that I wanted a different colour of mushroom. I've got the green ones, which are there, which I've got a colony there and one down there, which are a really nice green colour. So I thought I'd get another one for over this side of the tank. I didn't want green, so I went with this one. It only cost me £15. That'll be nice when then it starts getting covered completely. As you know, the turbinara, that's quite happy where I put it on this side now of the tank. It's still got a nice green colour to it. When I bought it, it was yellow, but it's got a nice green tinge to it. I swapped that with the toadstool and put that over there. The lights have only been on about half an hour, so everything's not fully opened yet. You see all the polyps are fully extended. It's just not opened its mantle. That's doing fine. It's just to balance the colours out. There was too much green on this side of the tank with the turbinara and everything, so I swapped the turbinara to that side because there was going to be too much red on that side. Purple Kenya tree, quite happy up there. Most of this moving of the corals is because of the MP10s, the turbulence in the tank. It's finding the right balance and the right turbulence to place them. The yellow polyps. They're just eating. So they're not fully extended. That's what I'm going to show you later. All the foods and stuff I feed the tank. The green polyps. There's a nice little colony there. There is some baby ones on the rock, all over the rock, but they're nowhere near getting to that size. Sea rod. These little white polyps are starting to come out. Fragged off piece of pulsing xenia, fill the gap in. The Medusa I've moved to there. I'll pan back so you can see roughly in the tank where it is. I've moved it down further deeper. Seems quite happy there. It's only been there not even half a day and it's looking quite happy. So I'm going to leave that there and see how it goes on. The plates are doing fine. and then the baby ones on the top in the light. Big colony of pulsing zania has been shoved over to this side of the tank because the flow in the middle were way too powerful for it. It was just flattening it, so it's quite happy there. It likes to flow at that side. My Zoa garden, I need to get some more. Still the same. So I'm a little Zoa garden in this corner, this end of the tank. Frog spawn. This is the only LPS that I've managed to keep the longest and never kill off. So it must be very hardy LPS coral. Now that I'm keeping them and I know where I went wrong to a degree, I'm going to get another torch coral for this side of the tank. I'll have a torch over there and keep my frog spawn over here. I'm planning on putting, zoom back a bit, in the middle down there, planning on putting a red Montipora cap. I'm going to move something in that top corner of the zania. I'm going to have a better toadstool, one with a big stem that reaches up further away from the pulsing zania, and have it up in that top corner there. What else? I'm thinking some green star polyps to fill that corner in there, but that's the tank at the moment. The fish are coming out. It's the cleanest, clearest, best I've had it since I've been running it, and that's not quite 2 years, and I've not done a water change. All I do is top up evaporated water. But them MP10s are something else. I thought when I had one on it was pretty good, and now that I've got the two, they just really move water around like you wouldn't believe. I'm going to cut it short now, and I'll come back in a sec with the food that I feed the tank, and see you in a sec. Here we go, back with you. This is the line of the food that I use. I'll start off on the left hand side and go across. New Era marine flakes for the fish. New Era marine pellets. Not all the fish eat them. The chromies won't touch them, but all the other fish do. Them I've really gone into liking. Freeze dried brine shrimp. The mushrooms, corals and stuff, like eating it as well. They're not very big brine shrimp, so that's good. So like the corals and the plates and all the mushrooms, like them. And plus, with them being freeze dried, you don't have the phosphate frozen water that raises your phosphates. Coral Frenzy, which Yacht Steelio goes on about, I mixed that with the brine shrimps. And also this food here, it contains copepods, rotifers and another strain of little things that the corals like. That's kept refrigerated. So what I do is I get half a syringe of that, put in a glass, a quarter of a teaspoon of that in the glass, and a sprinkling of this freeze dried brine shrimps in the glass. Then fill it up halfway with tank water, mix it up, then I feed it to the tank, and that's all I do. But I also turn off the protein skimmer and the reactor when I do this now, because the sponges in the reactor were getting filled up with it, and I don't want that, because it starts breaking down in the sponge of the reactor, so it also helps the reactor last a bit longer. So I turn the reactor and the protein skimmer off when I do this feeding. So that's the lineup of all the foods that I use at the moment. I'm hoping to go to the local fish store today and see what corals they've got in, and hope to pick one up. So I'll catch you later, and if I get another coral I'll do another update. Laters.